welcome to today's tutorial. This is not going to be a voiceover, but I'm going to try to do it with close-ups and things. So what we're going to be doing today is canopy installation, and I want to talk about the canopy first. I don't have to do a pilot on this one, but I did want it to look nice. So I took a 11-inch canopy and I trimmed it. I trimmed it on a sander. I sanded it inside with 220 and spray painted it with gloss black. I then took primer and primed the inside. And you wonder, why did I prime it? Well, that way, in case there's, you're looking up at the sun or whatever, there's absolutely no chance for any light to shine through it. So let's get on to mounting. The first thing you're going to want to do is position your canopy where you want it. Then take a ballpoint pen and trace a line all the way around where the canopy is going to reside. I then take it off, and I've done it here already, but carefully take your knife and follow that pen line around, and then we're going to dig a channel, and you're going to chamfer it in this way as such. And you want to get the channel deep enough that the canopy will have some glue area, and you want to make sure to relieve it enough that it can sit down flush in the channel. The more care you take in this process, getting this channel dug in there, the better the canopy install will come out. So take your canopy and test fit it. And I believe I've shown this method on the Monado files you can find in other videos. But we'll go ahead, and repetition's good. We'll do it again. I haven't got the cowl video done yet, but we'll get to that here shortly. That's why I'm doing this in one take instead of a voiceover. It's a lot of work to do voiceovers. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up. I'm going to use 5-minute epoxy. I don't have to scuff the inside of this because I've already sanded it with 220 to get the paint to stick. So there's no need to sand it. Anyway, mix up a liberal amount of epoxy, and we're going to drop epoxy down into that groove. Now you got to mix enough epoxy to go all over. You got one shot, basically, is what I always get at this canopy install. You got one chance to make it perfect. I gotta get the glue off my hands because we don't want glue all over the canopy. You want to have paper towels handy when you're doing this, because you try to do this job as neat as possible so you don't have any extra work on the back end, so to speak. So what I have here is a mess going, so I got to get some alcohol. If you have a little bit of a bead sticking out, that's not bad, because we're going to come back, tape it off, superfill around it. So that's part of it. Dried where we're at now. We want to mold it in with some superfill. So what I do is I take some fine line tape, and we're going to tape around this canopy. I leave about 1/4 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch, all the way around. When you paint. Now I know some guys use a syringe to put fillets on, and that's cool, but I don't happen to have a syringe. I do it the old school way. Seems like everything I do lately, especially lately, has been the way I did it 30 years ago. My dad and I were talking. It's hard to believe how long I've been building these stupid things. Okay. The next thing that I do is we're going to go around on the fuselage about the same amount. And I'll show you when I get over there on that side. And what this does is all we're doing is, I mean, you could do it without this line, but it's a neater job if you do it this way. And your goal actually is to make this canopy look like it's supposed to be there, not like it was just stuck on. I usually end up having to tape my canopies about 3 times per session, because I don't want, what's going to happen is I'm going to put this superfill on, and I'm going to take the tape off, because I don't like leaving the tape on anything overnight. I went through an enormous amount of superfill this year. So I just ordered some more. I have some more tomorrow. I still have those other airplanes to paint, and they will require much body work. Okay, so now we have that done. Superfill is mixed 2 to 1, meaning 2 parts of the blue, 1 part of the white. You can mix it hotter, but you won't have as much time to work it. So my suggestion is try to stick with the chemist's approximation. Now, this is not a science project. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. You don't have to weigh it and measure it, and I just eyeball it. So 2 parts blue, and we'll get over here and get some white, and about 50% of the white, or the B. So we've eyeballed it. We have that plus that amount. That looks about 50% or 2 to 1. And you stir it up real good. Mix it real good. That should do it. Then I just apply it in the crack. You know, I cut the camera to wait for the glue to dry. 5 minutes. This whole canopy install done this way can't take more than a half an hour. While I have this open, I'll show something else that I've done here. We'll go ahead and do that because it's going to take 2 applications of superfill to make it work. So we're basically icing a cake here. And not worrying about how much is on there because we're going to smooth it out and wipe it off. Part of the thing on superfill is knowing when to remove the tape, when to use the alcohol to smooth it out. Because we can, and we will, semi-smooth this out now with my finger, but it won't be finished smooth until it hardens some, because it just keeps moving. Okay, we've iced the cake, got it all filled in. There's plenty of material on there. But what I want to get to because we have some time, is you'll notice right here, I've added my fillets. I'm going to take this flap off. I've applied carbon veil there in order to keep it from cracking. So we can't go this way on a fillet plus a change direction. So on this go around, we'll take some of the extra superfill that I have and we'll fill that in. So then when we come back, it'll be usable. So that's one side. I'm going to do the other side. I did the same on the tail surfaces. Attention to detail. Not so much to do on the tail. I sanded it pretty good, and that's good. You want to keep most of the material off the tail as much as you can. I know this is not part of a Canopy install, but I want to do this while I can. There's some spots here on the rudder that needed to be puttied, so we'll get that puttied up. Right there, and right there. And same on this side. Huh. It must be pretty smooth. There we go. So let's take the tape off, the bottom tape, pull away most of that icing. All right, about 10 minutes has passed, and I've removed the tape from the canopy, taking away all the excess. And I'm using 70% alcohol to smooth out the fillet. The more that you massage this and get it close, the less sanding you'll have to do on the back end. It's still pliable now, but after letting it dry enough to get the tape up without it pulling the superfill up, come back with your finger and alcohol on it and finish smoothing it out. Now this by no means it's done. You're going to have to come back, sand and fill to make it perfect. So basically that's how I do it. It's not done. It'll take some more finessing. If you look here, the line is not quite perfect or whatever. But one way or another, before it's done, it will be perfect. This is a Monday. We're pretty close to where I need to be to start painting this. I want to paint this around Wednesday or Thursday. So it's not a big hump. There's I got to put the fiberglass on the cowl and cut the holes, and all the dope is basically on it. And then we're going to go through and we're going to sand it out. I'll probably start primering tomorrow. What little primer will need to be done. I've got the wheel skirts done, ready to silk span. I think we're going to end up around 35 ounces ready to put the after painting, ready to put the hardware in. So about 45 ounces to 49 ounces on this. That's a decent weight for this size airplane. It's a big wing. Make sure, if you like my channel, if you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, share the channel, help me grow. Almost got 700 subscribers now, looking for 1,000. Got one video that almost has 30 likes on it. Close. Something's supposed to happen. Don't know what it is, but we'll find out. He's taking an incredible amount of time to do these videos. I could build a whole lot faster without doing it, but I want to make sure that I share my skill. So, I appreciate you watching. Once again, find us on the web at stunthanger.com. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends. That way we get posted up to Twitter, Facebook, Google+, so on and so forth. My live streams tonight will be 9 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, hope to see you back here. Stay tuned for the cowl video. I've just got to edit it out. This one here will be easy because I'll just put it together and put it up. So anyway, you guys, till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.